Feel like since your win in Montreal, this is the fight that we've been like literally the first interview you did was about Islam. So I guess how's it feel to now only be a few days away from finally getting to fight the guy that we've been asking you about since your last fight?
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's obviously a big challenge. One of the best fighters ever in the UFC, so I look forward to testing myself against him.
Yeah, what did you take away from the face-off with Jack and seeing him for the first time?
I've seen him before in Perth also. Nothing, just see his face, you know. I don't see nothing from the eye. Somebody asks you what you see in his eye. I just see the eye.
I talked to Umar before this fight, and he was saying you have plan A, B, C, D, and the whole alphabet ready for Jack. Do you think you're going to need to go to all those game plans, or do you think plan A is going to work?
I hope I don't need the second plan. The A is going to be work.
It seems.
But if not work, you know, we're training so hard, and anything can happen inside the cage, but I will be ready.
Yeah.
Another thing you said after your win in Montreal is that you thought that fight was a good kind of test to prepare for Islam. So going back and rewatching that, do you still feel like that, or was that just kind of in the moment you felt like that?
I think it was like a grappler, forward pressure sort of fighter, 5 rounds. So yeah, it was a good test.
And I guess, how's life changed for you since winning the belt compared to expectations? Because a lot of people are chasing that, and then when they get it, they have all these lofty expectations that might not be met. So how's life for you compared to what you thought it would be as champion?
Yeah, nothing's really changed. I've always just looked forward to the next big challenge. Obviously, yeah, as you said, we knew about the fight pretty much straight away. So I was just back to the gym, back to reality, you know, and then chasing another big challenge.
A lot of fighters who are breaking this fight down say that if you can't get the takedowns on Jack consistently, you're not going to be able to win a striking fight. If it does turn into that, where it is stand-up, are you looking forward to proving those people wrong?
Man, I just want to tell everybody I can fight with anybody in the like striking, grappling, wrestling, because I'm not just grappler. I can strike. I strike with Dustin, with Volk. You know, he can defend my wrestling, but I will strike and I will try to take him down again. You know, this is not striking match or grappling match. This is MMA fight.
And a lot of like Islam's past opponents, we always ask them like, oh, how do you stop the takedown? How do you stop the takedown? And it seems like you and your team are very much like, well, we might get taken down, but we can get it back up very quickly. Maybe Islam's other opponents are more worried about the takedown and not getting back up. Do you agree with that kind of
Yeah,
assessment?
for sure. Going in there 5 rounds of Islam, you got to expect to at least hit the ground at some point. You know, he's battle tested. He's been in there against some of the best guys, so expect to hit the ground, but it's what you can do with that. Obviously, perfect world, be keep him away, not be able to hit the ground. But yeah, we expect a full mixed martial arts battle.
And I know a lot of talk about you being the 11th fighter to win titles in 2 weight classes. You can tie Anderson Silva's winning streak. UFC 1 was 32 years ago today. Do you feel like if you win this fight, people are going to be talking about you as one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen?
I don't think about this right now. I don't think about Anderson Silva record. I just think about Jack Maddlena belt, and that's it. I just want to take this belt.
We've also heard that narrative that Islam kind of slows down in the later rounds. Do you think that's kind of a fair assessment, given he did finish Dustin late in the fight and he did go 5 rounds with Volkanovski?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone sort of slows down in 5 rounds, so yeah, we'll trust the game and we'll slow him down.
Islam? Over here?
Yeah.
You have mentioned before that after cutting weight, you recovered to 60 to 70% on the lightweight. Now that you move up to the division, the cut won't be as extreme as it was on the lightweights. How do you think that you are going to feel without going through this extreme weight cut?
Yeah, honestly, this is what I want to feel, how I'm gonna be in the cage, because like all my life it's a hard cut weight, and I feel I'm not recovery like 100%, but now I'm like a lot of things is different, and I really want to step inside the cage and like feel what is gonna be changed, you know.
Jack Rea, when Islam decided to move up in the division, he said he looked at the whole division and he didn't see anybody that can give him a tough fight. What's your response to that?
I mean, we'll see. I think, yeah, I've got the skills. I think I think everyone can give people tough fights. I think if he's not expecting a tough fight, he'll be in for a rude awakening.
A lot of people are taking you to win. A lot of the assessments I hear, a lot of people say that the reason why you're going to win is what you did to Bilal. They said that Bilal fights very similar to Islam. Obviously, they've trained together. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I think it's a different matchup. Yeah, I think some things Bilal does better than Islam, and there's a lot of things that Islam does better than Bilal. So, yeah, we're expecting a tough fight.
There was a headline where Jack had said that he was a better mixed martial artist and that he was coming to take your pound for pound spot. What's your reactions to some words like that?
What you say?
There was an interview or something like that where Jack said he said, I'm a better mixed martial artist and I'm coming to take his pound for pound spot.
I think nobody believes this. He's a good boxer. He's a good fighter, but I know I have better skills than him.
Obviously, you've talked to Alex Volkanovski, you're close. I'm assuming he's giving you some tips and everything. Obviously, his first fight was extremely close. A lot of people thought he won. Obviously, without giving away a game plan, is anything that he said particular stood out to you?
No, I mean, we spoke in depth, about went into depth about what Islam's strong at, things he maybe he didn't expect in the fight that he was good at. So, yeah, we came together with the team and sussed out a good game plan.
He was just asked Islam, after he fights you, if he wins, who does he want to defend the belt against? He mentioned Kamaru Usman. Obviously, this card is loaded with other welterweights. If you had a choice, who would you pick?
I mean, it just depends. I guess it sort of depends how the next few weeks play out. Obviously, yeah, I think after the next 14 days, the top 5 will look a lot different. So we'll see who prevails with the cleanest performance.
And it seems like your experience here in New York has been pretty cool. You went to the Knicks game. You were organizing some street racing in the streets of New York City. What have you made of this experience here in, obviously the city, and then competing at Madison Square Garden? You've done it. You've done it all. You've been around the sport, but now you get to compete. Madison Square Garden is a pretty cool experience, I would assume.
Yeah, I like New York. I was here like many times before, and I spent the last 3 weeks in New Jersey, and I like the city. Now it's too much busy, too much traffic, but I like it, and I like it. This is the best arena to be UFC double champion.
Islam right here in the front.
Next year, UFC gonna open new arena in White House, but right now it's the best arena.
And my last question, obviously you're here, Madison Square Garden, doesn't get bigger than that. You're going against, superstar in Islam Makhachev. A lot of people believe he's the pound-for-pound best. You beat him. I mean, what's better than that? How can you top that?
Yeah, I know. It's a big challenge in a pretty iconic spot. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to go out there and leave some of myself in MSG.
Jack,
Islam here to your right, down here. How do you feel that you're carrying the extra weight? Because carrying extra weight obviously saps your cardio. So how do you feel that you're carrying the extra weight?
I feel much better. Like it's hard to gain weight. We did like 1 month exactly for that. Lifting, eat, training. But it's hard, But honestly, I feel better. I feel in the sparring, when I spar with the guys, last 2 weeks, I feel much better, because last time before like 3 weeks, I thinking about the cutting weight and I just start to follow, the cutting weight program. But now I don't feel much. I cut weights and like my energy go down, something like that.
over here to your right. You faced off with Islam the other day. What did you just make of his size and how he's added the weight for welterweight?
Not much. It's hard to sort of gauge. We're on top of a building. I was pretty freaked out about that, so it was hard to sort of gauge too much.
Are you afraid of heights?
A little bit.
A little bit. a lot made with Islam coming in here. You know, his shot for history, 2 belts, Anderson Silva's winning streak and everything. Today is the 32-year anniversary of UFC 1. For you, I'm sure you want to be one of the all-time greats as well. How important is winning this fight into what you want to make your career into?
Yeah, massive legacy fight, you know, one of the best guys ever. Regardless of the result, he'll go down as one of the greats. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty good scalp on the resume.
And I get the sense you don't care what anyone outside of your camp and yourself thinks and their opinions on this fight, but you're the betting underdog. But a lot of the fighters, you know, today at Media Day and interviews are picking you to win this fight. What do you think the fighters are seeing about you that maybe the fans or the people betting are missing?
I feel like the fighters always tend to lean towards the champion, so not really paying too much attention.
All right. And throughout the build up to this, you said that for your legacy, you have to win a second title. Why is that? Just because so many others have won belts in 2 divisions, or is it just a personal goal that you've had and something that you feel you need to?
Because I thought like many times about the second belt. You know, I did my job in lightweights, like defend more than everybody and like fight in the big events. But now it's the good time to move, you know, and I know I am deserve to fight for the second belt.
And last one for me. In terms of skill set, where would you rank Jack Della Maddalena in the opponents that you faced?
Oh, like top 3. He's one of the best who I fight ever, you know, because he's a champion. Like UFC champion, it's mean you are like high level fighter.
Thank you.
Jack, way in the back. I wanted to ask you about the statement where you had said that you were coming for his pound-for-pound spot. Obviously, there's so much on the line in this fight, the championship belt, the name, the pound-for-pound spot, all that stuff. But, like, where do you rank all these different things? Like, what do you want the most out of this victory?
I mean, just to retain my belt, like, it doesn't really matter. I guess the pound-for-pound is very subjective. It doesn't really mean much, though. Just going in there, get the win over Islam is the #1 goal.
And for you, the 2 blemishes that you have on your record, they were the first 2 pro fights. I feel like a lot of people, it'd be easy to give up back then and kind of say, maybe I'm not a fighter, et cetera, et cetera. But look where you're at now. So I guess how proud are you of the fact that you stayed consistent, you kept fighting after that tough, rough start to your career?
Yeah, it was sort of a no-brainer. I still loved training, still wanted to compete more, so yeah, I guess there was a lot riding on that 3rd fight. Maybe if that had have gone different, it would be a different story. But yeah, just sort of still loved the sport, trusted the team, so just stuck at it.
Islam, when you said that this is going to be the toughest test of your career, is that because of how good Jack is, or because he's just the bigger guy at welterweight?
No, not because of he bigger guy, because he is good, you know. He is good. I saw his fight with Bilal, with many guys. He is good everywhere, but I believe, you know, he is good in, yes, he's striking like pretty good. But I saw his wrestling, he can defend, his grappling, he like feel, if somebody take him down, it's not like something's, he's surprised, you know. He feel good also there, but I know my skill is better.
You said it was hard to keep the weight on at welterweight. Does this mean 185 is gone and there's no 3-weight title?
Man, 185. I have to live with DC a couple months to be 185.
Obviously, in Jack's corner is Craig Jones. You know, he's has this sort of weird little rivalry with the Dagestani fighters. Do you rate him as a coach, as a grappling coach, and do you think he adds anything to Jack or not really?
He's coach. He helped Volk a lot.